What up, cuckolds? It's your boy, the hater. Today hasn't been the best day for me. I don't feel too good. I'm in a lot of pain, but it doesn't matter, cucks, because the hater delivers. And the hater, even at 30%, can still go at 100%. Choo choo, cucks! Anyways, as we approach 3,000 subscribers, shout out to all of you that subscribed. This has been our best year yet. These 3 months have been the best 3 months of the hater ever. Like since January when I started doing a video a day, which we're going to probably keep going after WrestleMania because the hater likes the growth, you know what I'm saying? And the hater is destined for great things. Now, with that being said, my dog is outside the door, cucks. That being said, I was thinking of something. I watched the Rock concert, and even though this was the best Rock concert because he had 2 unknown musicians with him, beyond that, the concept of the Rock concert is overdone now. It's done. It's over. All right. Stop doing this every couple of years. Now, anyways, the real takeaway from the Rock concert, however, is very simple. Right. The Rock got massive cheers, and Cody Rhodes got massive boos. All right. Now, why is this relevant? Well, it shows that a significant subset of the fan base prefers The Rock to Cody Rhodes. And obviously, like, how can you not, right? The Rock cut a promo after the Rock concert, and the promo, while it was mid by the standards of The Rock, it's 100 times better than anything Cody Rhodes has ever done. I mean, let's be honest, right? Whether it's a match or a promo, no segment in the history of Cody Rhodes' career can match even this promo that The Rock cut. But anyways, I was starting to think a little bit about the dynamics of this, right? So, we all understand intuitively that even if The Rock is a heel, The Rock is just so massively over historically that it's understandable that he's gonna get some cheers, even though he's supposed to be booed kayfabe-wise. Likewise, Cody Rhodes is a low-level, quote-unquote, main eventer, so even though he's supposed to be cheered, he's gonna get a few boos. Now, this is understandable, right? There is a certain scale, a certain Likert scale, if you will, of strongly agree, strongly disagree, and all the things in between. So there is a certain scenario where this is reasonable, right? Sometimes the heel gets cheered and the face gets booed within reason, right? And here's the difference. I was reminded of a great and honestly very underappreciated feud between Kurt Angle and, what's his face? Stone Cold, right? This is during the Alliance situation. Kurt Angle, or even Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, but let's use Kurt Angle and Stone Cold because, quite frankly, there's nobody more over ever than Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? Stone Cold Steve Austin turns heel at the previous WrestleMania, and he essentially rides this out for the next year, turning face momentarily before turning heel again against Vince. The whole point here is that Stone Cold is the bad guy and he acts like a coward. Kurt Angle, on the other hand, is the up-and-coming face who just turned face and kind of being positioned as the face of the WWE for the future, right? Despite this, people, of course, still like Stone Cold and people still dislike Kurt Angle. So it was really easy to switch them back when Stone Cold just generally and naturally became a face after the Alliance angle ended, and Kurt Angle became a heel because he was a betrayer in many ways. He was a double agent. Nobody likes that. The point is, during their feud, it was very clear who the fans were behind. Despite the fact that Stone Cold is 100 times more popular than Kurt Angle was back then, people understood that the correct thing to do here is cheer Kurt Angle and boo Stone Cold. There's a number of reasons for this. Primarily, it's the fact that Kurt Angle is exceptionally charismatic and he was able to play off this actual American hero thing for quite a while. Secondly, Kurt Angle is associated with the WWE or the WWF back then, and Austin was associated with the Alliance. So that certainly helps a little bit. However, we do not see the same thing with Cody Rhodes and The Rock. Clearly, in Memphis, people really like The Rock, and they're cheering the heel and booing the face. Big time booing the face. Like John Cena level of booing the face. So, with that being said, what is the takeaway? Well, there's two. Number one, Cody Rhodes just isn't enough of a star, not even to the level of Kurt Angle during the Invasion storyline, which was Kurt Angle's like beginning of like really being over, right? He's not as big of a star. Or the other explanation is The Rock is a bigger star than Stone Cold, which is just not true. At worst, they're equal. More likely than not, Stone Cold is above The Rock. So despite the fact that The Rock is playing a heel in every capacity, it doesn't matter. He is too cool and too good at what he does to be booed by sensible fans. Whereas Stone Cold was booed by sensible fans because the other side of the equation was well done. Cody Rhodes could have been booked that way too. You could have made Cody Rhodes into a Kurt Angle type thing. And if you go back through all my Cody Rhodes videos, of which there have been many, the main criticism is not even against Cucky Rhodes himself. I got nothing against the kid. The main criticism is around the booking, which I happen to believe Cody Rhodes has a big finger in, right? But if this were booked differently, this could have been a huge success. This could have been one of the biggest matches ever if it was booked correctly, right? If Cody Rhodes for 1 year kept continuously getting screwed by the bloodline, continuously getting close and not getting his shot. Maybe he gets a title shot against Rollins and Solo Sikoa interferes, ruining his life again. Then he beats Solo Sikoa and then he kind of climbs up the ranks, winning the Royal Rumble and finally getting his comeuppance against Roman Reigns, who has been making his life hell for a year. But Roman Reigns has not been making his life hell for a year. Roman Reigns has largely ignored him for an entire year. They've interacted last year at WrestleMania, and they've had no other interaction that involved a match until this upcoming WrestleMania. So, with that being said, it's like, why is he so butthurt? And in fact, nobody can explain that. So the storyline has to change from he wants redemption against Roman Reigns, which is a much more feasible and much more realistic wrestling storyline, to the ironically stupid, even though they think it's great, the ironically stupid, I have to finish the storyline. You see what I'm saying? If Cody Rhodes didn't come out crying, he would be over with everybody. But because he comes out crying, some fans, like myself and the ones in Memphis, align themselves with The Rock. Believe me, when I say this, I have no reason to lie to anybody. I don't really care about The Rock either, right? I don't really care about any wrestler on a personal level. I know this is hard to believe for some fans that go to like conventions and wait like 4 hours to take a picture with, like Brandon Cutler, right? I don't care about this at all. Maybe like Ric Flair, maybe Hulk Hogan or John Cena I'd like to meet, but that's about it. Everybody else I don't really care about. Like, I don't care about The Rock. You know what I mean? I liked The Rock a lot as a kid, but I don't care about The Rock. And I think a lot of people fall into this category. They don't particularly love The Rock on any level beyond he's better than Cody Rhodes. You see what I'm saying? And he's obviously a better fit for this WrestleMania. Nobody else cares about The Rock more than Cody Rhodes just because he's The Rock. They really just care about The Rock more because somehow, even though The Rock is the heel, the booking, the decision-making has made it so Cody Rhodes comes off looking like the idiot. He's the one crying. The Rock is out confidently saying he's going to make him cry. Think about that. We have two men wrestling. I mean, there's also Seth Rollins involved in there and Roman Reigns. But in the first night of WrestleMania, the clear draw is what are The Rock and Cody going to do with each other? And then, of course, there's the smart draw, which is like, what's Roman Reigns going to do to The Rock, if anything, to set up night 2, or vice versa. But the real draw here is The Rock versus Cody Rhodes. That's what's presented as like the draw of night 1. Now, with that being said, the good guy is a guy that cries a lot. The bad guy is a guy that makes the good guy cry. Think about that. Who do you think is more compelling as a character and more interesting as a human? A person who makes someone cry or a person who cries a lot? And I would even go a step further. I don't think The Rock makes Cody cry. Cody just cries. He just cries because he thinks that's a way to like get over, I guess. I don't know. It's very strange, honestly. Like, it's not normal, bro. It's not normal for people to just like start crying because like No, they never became champion. Like, what the hell is that all about? Get over yourself. You know what I mean? But with that being said, I think Fresno proved it once and for all. The Rock was obviously the right choice to main event WrestleMania. And clearly, unlike the Kurt Angle and Stone Cold dynamic, Cody Rhodes is no Kurt Angle, and he is not good enough to get himself over and be the universal face in this feud against The Rock. It's as simple as that. If the fans really hated The Rock so much, then The Rock wouldn't come back, and The Rock wouldn't be electrifying, Memphis, Tennessee. With that being said, go fuck yourselves.